Today I'm going to talk about how to drive a car from the student's perspective. Driving instructors and teaching someone how to drive, you have to be very patient. If you're not patient, you're going to end up being frustrated, and teaching a teen or an adult how to drive can be very frustrating. So patience is a virtue. Next, you need to be nice. You don't want someone yelling at you. I don't want someone yelling at me. You don't want someone yelling at you. So if you yell at someone, it's going to be a negative outcome. You always want to be positive, and you never want to raise your voice. You want to give directions in advance. It can be very frustrating teaching someone how to drive, particularly a beginning driver. So you want to look for someone who's going to give you instructions in advance, who's going to help you understand, and who's going to help you become patient. Giving instructions in advance will allow and reduce likelihood of you crashing into a curb, turning into a wrong lane, and it allows you to process the information. So you want to look for someone who's going to give you instructions in advance. Next, beginning drivers and instructors, you don't want to give someone last minute decisions. If you're getting a last minute decision, you're probably going to end up going on the wrong side of the road, making a wrong turn, or making a driving error. A driving error is when the instructor has to grab the wheel to keep you from hitting the curb or drifting into the wrong lane. And if you were taking your road test, that could be grounds for potential failure. Next, good instructors make conversation with you. If you're taking the time to listen to my content, you know that I'm very passionate about driver's education, and I want to see you be your best authentic self. So I try to connect you to driving. I try to connect you through the journey that I go through when I teach someone. So after I do my lesson, I go live, I share a perspective with you. So when you're driving, you'll be able to say, is my teacher really passionate? Are they really authentic? Or are they just going through the motions? A good driving instructor is considerate. You're learning how to drive. You don't know how to make a left turn. You don't know how to reverse parallel park. You don't know how to go in through a roundabout. Your instructor has to show you what to do. And when you show someone what to do, they learn to trust you more. They learn to become a good instructor. Being professional is understanding the expectations of the road. Being on time is one professional trait. Dressing professionally is another professional trait. And being considerate of someone's feelings and listening to them. Next, a good instructor is fun. I always smile. I always have a sense of humor. That's extremely important because beginners are learning. Teens are learning. Young adults in their 20s and 30s are learning. There's no right age to learn how to drive. But when you decide to get private lessons, you are trusting someone to teach you the rules and fundamentals of the road. Good instructors give positive reinforcement. That was a great right turn. You look left, you look right, accelerate through the turn. That was a great initial right turn or left turn. Go up to the middle of the intersection. Yield to oncoming traffic. Traffic's coming at us. When it's clear, turn into the nearest lane. That is by the double yellow. Always keep your turn as short as possible. This facilitates a smoother flow of traffic. Good instructors always remind you to do things constantly. It's really hard for a beginning driver to open up because many drivers feel like this instructor is criticizing me. It's so far from the truth. We want you to be your best authentic self. When you're paying for driver's education lessons, you have to learn. You have to have an open mind. No one is guaranteed to pass. You have to put in work to demonstrate that you have an understanding. Because when you go to take your road test, if you do not understand and make a dangerous maneuver, that is grounds for termination or failure. And I would hate to have that happen if I taught you on my watch. Next, Good instructors allow you to fix your mistakes. Going into the wrong lane. Oh man, I made a mistake. I went into the wrong lane. You almost hit a car. You have to be able to fix your mistakes, learn from your mistakes. Me as an instructor, I can't keep dwelling on your mistakes because if I do, you don't learn and you shut down emotionally. Good instructors talk about what you did wrong, they show you what you did wrong, and then they keep it moving. Good instructors use their hands. I want you to make a left turn. I want you to make a right turn. I want you to reverse. I demonstrate with my hands. Look for instructors that communicate with their hands. Next, good instructors allow you to interact in the classroom. They leave time for you to work on the study guide. They let you make mistakes, and you will make mistakes. A mistake is going past the stop line, you're in a crosswalk. A mistake is not checking your blind spot and you cut off a car. A mistake is you are going too fast in a neighborhood and a little kid comes out. We need to learn from these mistakes as quickly as possible. Next, good instructors make jokes. They make you feel comfortable. It's hard enough being in the car when you're learning how to drive. You have people tailgating you. People are road raging on you. This is bringing you value. Give it a thumbs up. You want an instructor who's going to make you feel comfortable, where you're going to build trust. Trust is earned, not given. You have to earn your trust from your caregivers, from your mom, from your dad, from your instructor, from your friends. Next, good instructors treat you like an adult. That's extremely important. I'm teaching 16 to 20-year-olds. I'm teaching 21 to 31-year-olds. You earn your respect by treating someone like an adult, and they treat you back the same way. Next, they talk to you in a professional way. They ask you how your day is. They encourage you to ask questions. Toward the end of drives with me, I ask students to tell me 3 things you learned. You should be able to tell me 3 things you learned. Hey, I made great hand-over-hand turns. I had good speed control, and I covered the brake when a little kid was running out between the cars. You need to be able to reflect. And if you say to yourself, I didn't learn anything today, then you really didn't learn anything today. That is so far from the truth with me because I take the time to teach. I care about others than I care about myself. That's what separates a good teacher from a professional teacher. They have a mix of both. They allow you to listen to the radio quietly in the car because you're in the car for an hour. And it's important that you understand this. If this brought you value, give it a thumbs up. Bye.